I'm a guy that goes to the bench and I like to look at the stat sheet. I like to look at what I'm shooting from the field. Like I like to be super efficient. I'd be lying to say that I don't know how many points I have at any given moment of.
LeBron James just admitted on camera that he checks the stat sheet during games and always knows exactly how many points he has at any moment. That's not leadership. That's ego wrapped in basketball language. The Lakers are 1-5 in their last 6 games, and their 40-year-old superstar looks more locked in on protecting streaks and numbers than doing whatever it takes to win.
Just under 6 minutes. We're past the halfway mark of the second. LeBron strong! Count it! To the line, he'll go.
A few moments later.
Now LeBron, he's going to go right to the rim. Can't score! Which means they've got time to come back the other way. The lob. Ah!
This isn't speculation, it's coming straight from LeBron himself. He said it clearly, with zero hesitation. I'm a guy that goes to the bench and I like to look at the stat sheet. I like to look at what I'm shooting from the field. I'd be lying to say that I don't know how many points I have at any given moment of the game. That's a direct quote. LeBron James, in his own words, admitting he's constantly tracking his personal stats during live games. Not the score, not defensive coverages, not what adjustments the team needs, his stats. And if this was a one-time comment, maybe you brush it off. But we've watched this behavior for years and the footage doesn't lie. There are clips of LeBron coming out of timeouts and immediately checking the stat sheet before even listening to the coach. His own teammates have joked about it publicly. They've said before tip-off, there's gonna be another LeBron record tonight, like it's already scheduled.
You got a LeBron, man, or any great player to like, bro, I need more from you. You gotta give me more.
Yeah, halftime of Game 7. Yeah, halftime of Game 7. We come in the locker room and like this, we're gonna show film. So no, ain't no film. Like, so I came and said, Bron, what you gonna do, man? What you mean? So you gotta do more. Like, you gotta be better. Like, what you want me to do, T. Luke? I'm like, cause he had 20 points and might have 7 assists. But he left a lot on the table to me.
Right.
And this is Game 7. You're the best player in the world. I was like, we need. What you want me? I said, you gotta guard Draymond better. Score the basketball, stop turning over, be aggressive. Anything else you want me to say? So he mad him up, right? So I go in the office, I slam the door. So later, after we, it was over, Damon Jones said, Bron came to him like, man, can you believe T. Lou, man, called me out like that? That's some bull, whatever. D. Jones said, well, I ain't been here all year, but everything I read and you called and told me, you trust him. Why not trust him now? He's like, F you, so he go to James Jones.
We've seen him pass up open shots at the end of quarters just to protect his field goal percentage. We've seen him wait until after the buzzer to pass the ball so a miss doesn't hit the box score. That's not coincidence. That's awareness turned into obsession. Even on the biggest stage, it showed. During the 2016 NBA Finals, it rubbed people the wrong way, including Raja Bell and Rajon Rondo, who openly talked about how nasty it looked. At halftime of one finals game, Tyronn Lue reportedly called LeBron out for poor defense and careless turnovers. And LeBron's response wasn't accountability. He started listing his stat line. Points, rebounds, assists, like those numbers erase blown rotations and momentum-killing mistakes. So here's the real question, and don't dodge it. Is LeBron stat watching at the expense of winning? Or is this just what happens when a superstar refuses to accept a reduced role as age catches up? Tyronn Lue literally said, I don't care about stats. And LeBron's response wasn't reflection, it was straight hostility. That moment tells you everything about the mindset we're dealing with. A player so locked into his individual numbers that he gets offended when a coach asks him to put winning first. That's not passion, that's ego fighting accountability. Back then, though, LeBron was still good enough to get away with it. His obsession with stats was annoying, but it didn't completely sink his teams. When locked in, he could still play elite defense. He could still flip a game whenever he felt like it. The stat watching was there, but it wasn't fatal. Now, completely different story. The clearest example came against Phoenix in a game that was already over. The Lakers were down 30 points, a total blowout. Any reasonable star would sit down, accept the loss, and think about the next game. Not LeBron. He stayed in during garbage time doing one thing only, hunting buckets, not trying to rally the team, not trying to defend, just chasing points to keep his 10-point scoring streak alive. And when he finally hit 10 points, he looked up at the scoreboard with visible relief, then immediately checked himself out of the game. That moment said everything. The game didn't matter. The score didn't matter. The team getting embarrassed didn't matter. Only the streak mattered. And it doesn't stop there. This stat obsession is bleeding into every part of how LeBron plays now, and it's actively making the Lakers worse. Let's talk defense, or more accurately, the lack of it. LeBron James is statistically one of the worst defenders in the NBA right now. Not bad for his age, not slightly declining, one of the worst, period. And no, age isn't a free pass, and he can still jump. He can still move laterally. He can still explode when he wants to. The issue is effort, because defense doesn't juice the stat sheet or boost legacy debates. Instead of getting back, LeBron cherry picks constantly. He leaks out early, ignores rotations, and waits for easy fast break chances. Yes, he leads the league in fast break points, and fans scream that it proves he's still elite. But context matters. Fast break points don't mean dominance when they come from skipping defense and leaving teammates scrambling. That's not two-way greatness, that's selective effort. This isn't just aging. This is prioritizing numbers over impact. And when your best player does that, the whole team feels it. But look closely at how LeBron gets those fast break points. This part matters. He's not sprinting back and then pushing the pace. He's camped under the opponent's basket while his teammates are forced to play 4-on-5 defense. Sometimes it works. He gets an easy dunk off a long outlet pass and the highlight looks clean. But most of the time, that pass never comes, and the Lakers are stuck scrambling short-handed on defense. There's literal footage of LeBron standing under the opposing basket for 13 full seconds while his team defends without him. 13 seconds of a possession where the Lakers are compromised because LeBron is waiting for free points that never arrive. That's not smart basketball, that's stat hunting, and it doesn't stop there. There's also footage of LeBron abandoning his defensive assignment just to position himself for an easy rebound. His man crashes the glass, gets a putback, and scores because LeBron left him completely unchecked. But on the next possession, LeBron grabs a rebound. It goes in the box score as a positive. Meanwhile, the defensive breakdown that caused the opponent's points gets ignored. That's how the stat sheet lies. This is basketball played like NBA 2K, my career mode. Every movement is calculated around what boosts individual numbers, points, rebounds, fast break stats, not what actually helps the team win. And the defensive lowlights are brutal. LeBron is getting backdoor cut constantly. He's leaving shooters wide open. He's standing still, watching plays unfold instead of rotating or helping. His teammates are forced to scramble, overhelp, and cover for him, which leads to their breakdowns, not his. And that's how the Lakers give up easy buckets all game long. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The Lakers are statistically better when LeBron James is not on the floor. That's not hate. That's not narrative. That's objective on-off data. But LeBron will never accept a reduced role. He'll never come off the bench because that would hurt his legacy arguments and limit his stats. So the Lakers are stuck. They're trotting out a 40-year-old superstar who refuses to defend, won't scale back, and plays the game like the stat sheet matters more than the scoreboard. If this breakdown helped you see the game differently, subscribe to the channel, because this is the stuff the highlights won't show you. LeBron cherry picks for easy stats, and the numbers show the team is worse when he's on the floor. And this problem doesn't stop between the lines. His obsession with stats is bleeding into roster decisions and wrecking team chemistry. Case in point, Austin Reeves. LeBron's camp recently floated the idea that the Lakers should trade Reeves, one of their most consistent and reliable players. Why would you even consider that? Because Reeves handles the ball. Because Reeves makes reads. Because Reeves creates offense. And all of that cuts into LeBron's touches and assist numbers. That's the real issue. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The Lakers have a significantly better record with Austin Reeves than without him. He makes winning plays, he spaces the floor, he competes on defense, he does the dirty work. But instead of valuing that, LeBron's camp sees him as interference? That's wild. That's a superstar prioritizing personal numbers so blatantly that productive teammates become expendable. Not because they're bad, but because they affect the stat sheet. And it doesn't stop there. LeBron also picks and chooses games strategically based on narrative protection. He sat out against San Antonio, but suited up against New Orleans. He'll rest against matchups where his numbers might dip, but stay in blowout losses, grinding for points to protect streaks. That's not load management, that's optics management. He didn't even dress for the last All-Star game, yet now he's clearly pushing to make this year's team by maintaining his scoring average. For what? What milestone is even left? He's already the all-time leading scorer. He already has championships, he already has MVPs. There is no stat left that changes his legacy. Padding numbers at 40 years old while your team loses to rebuilding squads doesn't add to greatness, it chips away at it. But LeBron can't stop. The obsession has been baked into his game for so long that he doesn't know how to play any other way, even when the data screams that it's hurting the team. And yes, the numbers prove it. The Lakers are better when LeBron is off the floor, yet the media protects him. Look at how ESPN presents Lakers box scores after losses. Every other player gets their field goal percentage and three-point percentage displayed. LeBron, just points, rebounds, assists. Why? Because showing the full stat line would expose games where he goes 3 for 12, struggles defensively, and finishes as a minus player. You can't show that the supposed leader was one of the worst plus-minus players on the team. That ruins the narrative. So the cycle continues. Stat chasing, selective effort, media cover. And the Lakers keep losing while pretending everything is fine. They can't show the full picture because it would expose how bad the efficiency really is and how often LeBron is a net negative on the floor. The Lakers just got blown out by the Portland Trail Blazers, one of the worst teams in the league, a team clearly rebuilding and playing for draft position. And it wasn't close. It was ugly. Anthony Simons led Portland in scoring. When a rebuilding team walks into your building and controls the game start to finish, that's a serious problem. Zoom out and it gets worse. The Lakers are 1-5 over their last 6 games, and outside of the Milwaukee loss, these weren't competitive games. These were demolitions, games over early. The kind of losses where LeBron James is getting real minutes before halftime because the score is already out of control. And yes, that matters. LeBron has his son on a guaranteed contract, taking up a roster spot and cap space, while more ready players sit in the G League. That's not development, that's favoritism. Meanwhile, Drew Eubanks, on a 2-way deal, comes in and drops a career-high 21 points, instantly proving he deserves rotation minutes. 1 game, 1 opportunity, immediate impact. Yet Bronny still played more minutes than Dalton Knecht, an actual NBA-ready shooter who fits what this team needs right now. That's not competition, that's politics. And it gets messier. When reporters asked J.J. Redick why Eubanks hadn't been playing all season, LeBron jumped in with a passive-aggressive shot at his own coach, saying something like, well, we'd have to keep playing him for it to matter. That's wild behavior. You hire J.J. Redick. He's trying to make basketball decisions. A player earns minutes with performance, and you undermine your coach publicly, all while your own son gets guaranteed run? That kills authority. That kills locker room trust. That kills chemistry. The truth is simple. The Lakers would be a much better team if LeBron accepted reality. If he came off the bench. If he played 20 to 25 focused minutes in specific situations. If he stopped chasing numbers and let Luka Doncic be the clear number 1 option. That's how you extend impact. That's how you help a team win. But as long as ego, legacy protection, and stat obsession run the show, this season is going nowhere fast. They'd be a playoff team, easily. But that's never going to happen, because LeBron's ego and stat obsession won't allow it. He has to be the focal point. He has to control the ball. He has to keep the counting stats clean. The media needs to sell the idea that he's still elite, and Lakers fans are the ones paying the price. That's what this season has become. 3 more months of dysfunction, a 40-year-old chasing numbers through losses while the team fights just to avoid the play-in, no accountability, no adjustment, just the same cycle every night. And now we can't even pretend this is speculation. LeBron James admitted it himself, on camera. He watches his stats. He knows his numbers at all times. And the evidence shows that obsession is wrecking the Lakers from the inside. This isn't hate. This isn't narrative. This is what's happening. So now I'm asking you, would the Lakers be better if LeBron came off the bench? Or is this team already cooked no matter what? Drop your real take in the comments, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because this story is nowhere near over, and the truth isn't getting quieter.